Okay, just to repeat, just to record the information that we have discussed. What is the best coding standard is with type or without type, means with the type is very good coding standards. So that's why we are also going to use, okay, the type based, okay, coding. All right. Yeah, let us explain you the scenario now. Okay, I would like to explain you the next scenario. The scenario is, yeah, so we are displaying the data, right? If I click on get all, what's happening? The data is getting printed here. Now what I want to do is, let's look at it, guys. Yeah, there are something multiple okay, formats are there. Okay, multiple formats are there. Okay, whenever we have the formats, okay, see here, guys. Okay, if yeah, I just make it size in bigger. Yeah, full screen, right? Now we need to allow the user to click on any format. Okay, I would like to, okay, I would like user, I would like to, okay, end user to click on any format. If anybody clicks on this particular, okay, farmer, then whatever record, okay, on which record we are clicking, that information has to come to these text boxes. Okay, that information has to come to these text boxes. Okay, if I click on here, what I need to do, the farmer 123 has to come to here, the phone number has to come to here, WhatsApp number has to come to here. Okay, so yeah, I'm not asking you to copy paste this data over there. It has to happen programmatically. If I click on second record, then what should happen? This name has to provide here, this name has to come here, the phone number has to be pasted here. Okay, this WhatsApp has to be, okay, occupy here. See here, guys, if I click on this one, how many, there are so many tables are there, right? So many records are there, right? On which record you are clicking on, selected record, that can be, clicking means nothing but selecting. User is going to select by clicking on particular, okay, record. So on clicking on this record, okay, the record, selected record data has to come to here. Okay, this is the scenario. Once you understood the scenario, okay, guys, once you understood the scenario, we need to, okay, think how to solve it. What are the steps we have? I'm going to explain you. First of all, okay, the record should be record in a table. Should be clickable. Clickable means what? It has to allow to click. You are clicking, it's not happening anything. Got it, guys? So it should be clickable. Okay, yeah, it should be clickable. All right, it should be clickable. Okay, but it is not clickable right now. So first, okay, clickable, it should be clickable. Next one. So once after, if we are able to click it, then what we need to do is, okay, we need to, yeah, we have to call REST service to get fresh data. I don't want this data. Okay, whatever data available in the table, I don't want to take this table. I don't want to take this data, which is a, yeah, this is the table data, right? I don't want to take this table data. Why? Because I want to, if you user clicks on this, then I have to go to REST service again. Why? Because I need fresh data. Meanwhile, if anybody modified that particular data, I need, okay, fresh data. So I don't want this kind of old data. So while retrieving the data, we are displaying and then printing, fine. While we are doing something in the front end, while, you know, meanwhile, some other person may go to the database, or in another approach, the data got modified, means that data should be fresh data. We need to get it. I don't want this old data. I don't want to get this data to get and then to copy paste here. I really want to go to backend. To go to backend, what I need to do is, we have to call the REST service to get fresh data, fresh farmer data. farmer data, fresh farmer data to get selected, okay, selected, okay, we have to call REST service to get, yeah, data. That is the second one I need to use. Yeah, first I'm explaining you what are the, how can we divide this task. And then, okay, if you see here, once, okay, whatever data we are getting the data, we need to set the data. We have to set the data into text boxes, means form. We need to set the data into farmer data. We need to set farmer data into, okay, form, into form. Okay, these are the 3 steps that we need to do here, guys. You have to be very careful about this. We need to understand step by step. Okay, we need to understand step by step. Okay, it's not a simple okay thing. Okay, we have some, okay, bottleneck points, okay, to understand clearly, guys. Okay, so focus on what I'm trying to tell. The first step is what? Read record in the table should be clickable. Okay, meaning that, so whenever we click on it, apply event binding, apply event binding. Okay, so let's try to do it, guys. Okay, of course, this is this first step has again okay, some bottleneck point. Again, I told you right just before, we have some bottleneck point that we need to understand. First, okay, go to the table. Where is the table? Yeah, here it is, the table in the HTML. So the TR should be clickable, means, okay, the whatever TR, right? If user click on this TR, some action should happen. So event binding needs to be happen for the TR. For that, what I will do is I can apply event binding for. Previously we have applied event binding for buttons, but not now. Okay, now we are applying, okay, so we are applying event binding for TR. Okay, make sure, okay, remember that you can apply event binding for TR, series, or divs. You can apply for anything. Okay, get data. Okay, so I'm going to call get farmer data. Okay, so yeah, what is the method that we have used? Get all, right? That's fine. Now I want to use get farmer data. Okay, just we are applying one method. This method is not available. That's why, okay, we are getting, okay, this error. Let us go to component PS, and then within the class, okay, this is the class ending, right? Okay, don't write method inside another method. Don't write this method inside get all. This is the ending. Yeah, check it out while writing the code. Check it out. Okay, this is the starting and this is the ending. And come here, I want to write a method, and then so provide like get farmer data, and then here I want to say just console.log, we are in get farmer data. Okay, console.log, we are in farmer data. All right, we are in get farmer data method. Fine. So yeah, let's go to here. Yeah, I directly going to this and then click on get all. We are going to get the table, and before that open the inspect so that I have to check the data is coming or not. Go to the console. Here in the console, yeah, now I'm clicking on second. Okay, the name, farmer name is second, right? Click on this. Yes, we are coming to, we are in get farmer data, and click on first one. Yes, yes. See here, guys. Second time also printed. If anything is printing same data, it is going to behave like this, guys. If I, if you print again this information, it is going to become 3. Yeah, let's look at it. 3. 4, 5. Yeah, it is going to happen like this. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But now the record is clickable. That's super. Okay, the first step is over. Okay, actually it looks like over, but it is not over. Okay, whatever on which TR you are clicking on, it is coming to a method. It is coming to a method. Okay, it is coming to exactly one method. It is coming to one method. That method is what? Get farmer data. It is coming to this particular method. That is what? Get farmer data. Right, but how can we know that on which record end user has clicked on? Why? Because if user clicks on first record, then we have to go to backend and then we need to get the data. Okay, if user clicks on third one, then we can go to backend to get the data. So I need some kind of information. Okay, what kind of information? Okay, on which record user has clicked on which record end user has clicked on. Okay, to know that, let us look at it. What is the possibilities I'm going to tell you guys here. What I can do is, when you are doing it, farmer.me, okay, I'm going to provide in a parameter. What I can do is, I'm going to provide something like farmer dot. Okay, farmer means this is the information we are printing, right? We can come here and then we can go to farmer.name. See here guys, what I'm doing, I'm passing this information along with this method. Means this is going to be the parameter. So whatever data we are passing here, this can be received. Okay, here, yeah, we can receive the data name. Okay, of course it is not finished guys. This is not the right one also. I'm okay, so I'm making you okay, so understanding these things step by step. Okay, whenever you say get farmer data, provide name. Yeah. See here now, coming to here, and then what you can do is, and click on name. Yeah, get all. Yeah, let's look at it guys. If I click on this one, yeah, what's happening? Oh, we are not printing that data, na? Sorry guys. Let us go to here. Yeah, we are getting the name, right? I want to print like this. I want to print this name. I want to print the name. I want to print the name. So let's look at it guys. I'm saying get all, and then whenever you say click on this, see here guys, yes, I clicked on farmer 123, we got farmer 123. Okay, when I click on this, what's happening in the HTML? We are sending the name, so that yeah, we are getting here. If I click on third one, we are going to get the third one. See here guys, selected record, we are getting selected record. Okay, we are getting selected record. Okay, so now we are in get farmer data, something like name. All right, yeah, but yeah, based on the name, if you want to get the data from, backend, it is not possible. Why? Because if multiple farmers having same name, what should happen? Which data you are going to get? So that's why the name is not suitable in getting particular information. I need one person information based on the name means, okay, we cannot depend on it. Why? Because the name is okay common for multiple persons. So that here I don't want to depend on name, but I would like to depend on ID. Even I have the REST service. Yeah, let's look at it guys. Okay, I have a REST service. Yeah, because you know, all the REST services are going to depend on IDs only. You can go to Swagger. Yeah, you can go to the Swagger. If I want to get one particular information, see here guys. Yeah, this kind of data can be provided. See here guys, this is going to be the parameter. Okay, path variable. This can be called as path variable. We need to provide pro format slash If you provide 1, it is going to retrieve the data 1. I want to use it. Yeah, just I would like to test it. Yeah, let us go to here, guys. Okay, pro farmer. And if I say 1, okay, what it is going to do? Yeah, let's look at it, guys. Get the data. Yeah, come to here. 200. Oh, no data. Why? Because I think farmers are not started with 1 and all. Started with 1. Okay, there is no ID with 1. So what I can do is I say just all. Okay, and I just call this REST service and then check it out. What kind of data is available and what are the IDs? Yeah, we are getting 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, now you can use any one of the 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, you can use any one of that. Okay, let's look at it, guys. If I want to provide one particular information, I want to provide the ID. There is one REST service. Okay, whatever number you want, you can provide it. If I provide 16, yeah, let's look at it. Response. This is request body coming down here 200. Then we got one JSON. This is not array of data. If you observe carefully, only JSON, only farmer data, one farmer data with ID 16. That's why instead of working with the instead of working with name, better work with ID. All right, better work with ID. Okay, go to here. Okay, now that's why instead of getting name, what I want to do, on clicking on here, instead of say name, provide ID. This is going to helpful for us. Okay, now if I use farmer.id, ID is not available. Why this error is coming? Why? Because if you go to the farmer, we did not provide ID because we didn't get any importance of ID until now. That's why I didn't work with ID. I didn't take ID. Okay, so now I would like to take ID. See here, guys, go to ID. Now we have the importance ID. You can take ID number. See here, this is going to be something like number. Okay, now whenever you have this farmer object ID, when you try to read the data, all the data is going to come along with ID. Also it is going to be retrieved. So now here it is okay. See here, guys, you are able to send the farmer ID. Now multiple TRs are going to be created. For every TR, separate ID will be available. Because every TR having one farmer information, every farmer information having one particular ID. Whenever you say farmer.id, ID is going to be available. Okay, yeah. Now coming back to here. Okay, get farmer data. Okay, farmer.id. Whenever you see this farmer.id, you are providing ID to get farmer. Yeah, now ID will be passed to your component class. You have to use ID and say I have to use ID. Yeah, let's just test it, guys. Okay, now when user is clicking on particular record in the table, record related ID we are getting and then we are printing. Okay, this is the first step that we can finish now. Okay, yeah, before that, test it, guys. Get all, click on one particular second. Yeah, see here, guys, we are getting ID. If you see here ID, I'm able to see ID here. If I click on 1, 2, 3, see here, guys, 16 we can see. Okay, no problem. Now ID is coming. Okay, the first step is over. Okay, the first step is over. Record in the table should be clickable. Apply event binding and pass ID. ID of the record. Okay, yes. Now we have to call REST service to get fresh farmer information. Okay, that's fine. And even we have tested in the, okay, we have tested with the Postman also by providing one ID. and this is a REST service. See here guys, I have to use this REST service. Of course, this number should be dynamic. All right. Yeah. Get farmer data, and what you can do is here we need to call the REST. We need to call REST service, right? Say this dot ht dot get. The method is what? Get method. Okay, get method. All right, call that because this REST service we are calling is related to get only. How do you know that is get? Yeah, go to the Swagger and check it out. This is what? Okay, get. All right, we have to call get. All right. Yeah, now coming to here and provide get, provide this. But this information should not be static, guys. 16. To make it dynamic, see here guys, what I'm going to do? I'm going to use ID. See here guys, this is, it is going to construct total, okay, string. If ID is 5, how it is going to become? Because of this one, it is going to become like ID equal to, it is going to become 5. If it is, ID equal to 5, I'm saying plus, right? This is going to be 5, it is going to become like this. If it is coming 16, what happens? It is going to become 16. If it is 18, it is going to become 18. Okay, that's how it is going to become. All right, guys. Okay, it is going to become like this. This dot hc dot get off. Okay, this. Okay, farmer. All right. All right. When you see this get farmer data, okay, when you see this get farmer data, okay, whenever you see this get farmer data, okay, what you can see guys, get farmer data, we are calling this one, we are, when this method is going to call, whenever user clicks on a record in the table, then we are going to come here and then we are calling the REST service from here, and then we are calling it, but it doesn't go to the REST service. Why? Because remember that until you use subscribe, it doesn't go to the REST service. We need to use subscribe. Yeah, do it, provide success method. Okay, so maybe like, yes, success data, whatever variable you want, you can use it. Just first I want to say console.log success information, comma, what you can do, error, you can use, okay, console dot, in both the cases I'm using printing the data in the console, that's it. Yeah, just that is the second step I want to do here. Until now I want to call the REST service, whether it is going to work or not, I have to check it out. All right, yeah. Okay, let me go to here and say get all, and then okay, let us clear this data guys in the console, and I'm clicking on third record. Yes, check it out, what data we are getting. Yeah, super, it is coming from REST service. It is coming from REST service. All right guys, this is the information coming from the backend, the fresh data I'm getting. Okay, all right, the second step is over, right? The second step is over. Coming to the third step, I want to display the information. I want to display the information in the front end. Okay, this is a very easy task. Why? Because we know the concept of two-way binding, right? If you apply something in the controller, if I apply something in the component class, automatically it is going to get applied in the front end. Okay, yeah, so let me explain you by opening the code. Where is the code? Yeah, here it is, right? Yeah, here it is. Now we have this form data, right? Form group, right? If you set some data for this particular form group, okay, two-way binding. If you dynamically, whenever we are getting the data, yeah, success after getting this data successfully, and of course, what kind of data we are going to receive now? The type. Provide the type. After the method, provide the type. The type is former, not array, just former object. Why? Because only one object we are going to receive. Now, when we get this farmer data, okay, now what I want to do here is, let's look at it. I want to apply two-way binding. I mean, just if I set data to the farm object, then automatically it is going to reflect in the HTML. Okay, that is a two-way binding, right? If you, yeah, actually this is data flowing from component class to HTML. If you change anything in the component class, it is going to reflect in the HTML. Okay, right. For that, what I can do is, I simply can do like this dot, okay, form group, yeah, farmer form group dot, I'm going to say value equal to, okay, let's try to provide success data. Okay, yeah, let's look at it, guys. What's happening here? Value is not assignable to success. Yeah, why? Because let us go to form group, and the form group also we are okay, where is the form group, right? Here, try to provide, okay, it's not available. Okay, no problem. Even though, oh sorry, give me a second. Okay, what I need to do is, while setting the data, I should not say value equal to something. I need to use a method called set value. Use set value and try providing the success data. Okay, instead of success, whatever you want, you can take it, guy. St, yeah, sorry, what F for M, farmer. You may take farmer, F for M. If you want more meaningful, you can take like this. See here, guys. You are trying to assign the data using the method called set value. Okay, whatever data we are getting from the backend, only one object. If you set this data to farmer group, yeah, what is the deal here? Inside the farmer group, we have multiple controls. How many controls? ID, no, not ID, name. Okay, so age, sir, not age, right? Phone, WhatsApp, name, phone, WhatsApp. These three things available, right? With the same name, this object coming from where? Farmer class, that also contains same names. Because of that, what happens, this object data is also this data is going to be converted into farmer controls data. Okay, now check it out, what happens now. That is the magic, two-way binding, the specialty of two-way binding. Yeah, you click on here. Yeah, so find the form control with ID. Okay, one thing is, cannot find control with the ID. So here it is, actually object contains what? ID. Yeah, whatever data we are coming, see here, guys, whatever data coming from backend and whatever data available in the, okay, farmer contains ID, name, phone, WhatsApp. These three values are available in the form, but this ID is not available. That's why that is the problem it is saying. What is the problem it is saying? See here. Okay, with the name, cannot find form control with the name ID, it is saying. Okay, let us take one form control ID. Okay, for let's come here, guys. For this sake, what I'm taking, I'm taking ID, okay, equal to new form control. Okay, let's look at it, guys. I just want to provide ID, and even I would like to provide ID here in the UI also. Actually, I don't like ID to take, I don't like ID to display to the user, but for, okay, so for now I'm going to take ID, and then I'm going to tell you the concept of how to deal ID. Why? Because if I display IDs to the user, he cannot understand what is for ID. Why? Because user cannot do anything with the ID, but for the developer, ID is more important. The program, for running the program internally, okay, our code is going to depend on IDs more and more. Okay, that's why this ID is important for the programmers, but ID is, okay, confusion for the end user. I should not display ID actually, but for now, okay, I have taken this ID. All right, guys. Yeah, Of course, yeah, I need to change this name. I have to I changed this farm control name. I need to change this farmer. Okay, let me take farmer ID. Okay, so label also I have changed. Okay, yeah, even this is what this is farmer placeholder farmer ID. Okay, this placeholder also I would like to change it. Click on get all. Yeah, see here guys, click on get all. Okay, once you click on this particular one, see here guys, yeah, automatically the data came up here. See here guys, and click on second data came, and click on last third one. See here guys, you can see this information is came up. All right guys, this is how we can read the data, and then we can set the data into this one. Once this data is available over here, okay, what you can do guys, after clicking on here, the data is coming to here, means you can update the data, you can modify, and you can click on update, or you can click on delete button. Okay, so that to update or to delete, okay, so this step is required. Okay, we didn't do update, we didn't do delete. Okay, before doing these two operations, okay, we have, okay, so we have some operation to do. That is what we have done just before. See here guys, if we click on this one, data is coming up here. Okay, so then data is available in the text boxes. What is the next step that you can do guys? You can delete it or you can update it. That's fine, we can do it in the next class. Okay, before wrapping our class, I just want to ask you, okay, do you have any queries related to this? Okay, so okay, actually, yeah, I'm going to send the files, don't worry about it. But okay, before going to that, when error method is executed, when error method is going to get executed means whenever we get the error. Okay, so right now we are not getting any error, that's why the method is not getting okay, so executed. So try providing a wrong URL so that your method is going to call. Okay, success method or error method, only one method is going to be executed. If success method executes, error method is not going to execute it. If error method is executed, success method will not be get executed. Only one is going to get executed. Fine. Yeah, so try providing with the wrong information. Okay, wrong URL. All right guys, yeah.